Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? One more time. How's everybody doing? Outstanding, outstanding. As she said earlier, I'm Tracy Young, and I'm the CIO and CFO of LG3 Leadership Solutions. One of the things we do at our company is we make better leaders for society, and we do a 6-month intensive program where we help entrepreneurs and small businesses grow in leadership and in business. So one of the things we're talking about today, I am the moderator, as she said earlier, and I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. That's okay. Y'all help me. One of the things we're going to talk about today is tech for good, the human side of digital transformation, solving real world problems. I'll say that again. Tech for good, the human side of digital transformation, solving real world problems. Now, in the tech and entrepreneurial world, we often get caught up in the what and the how. But today we're going to talk about the who and the why. Okay? True digital transformation is about solving actual pain points for building sustainable, sovereign enterprises, for putting people first. Okay? With that said, let's get to the first question. Ready to go, guys?
Yeah.
We want short, succinct answers. That is our mission. Short, succinct answers. And we want to be an engaging and as insightful as possible. Okay. First question. And this is for the group. And any one of you can jump in. Okay. When companies talk about digital transformation, they usually focus on code and system efficiencies. But our focus is in the human side or on the human side. In your day-to-day work, how do you define the human side of digital transformation?
I can start with this, right?
Absolutely.
There's Mukund here, right? AI can, right now we are in the AI era, right? AI can solve everything, they say that. But can it tell your finance department to approve your budget?
Okay.
It
Okay.
can't, right? But speaking to this, right, adding to the what people first is the most important thing anybody has to put it, but we are not doing that, right? If you see the enterprises are investing more on AI governance, but when the governance comes, they do lose trust on people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what is happening right now in the world, right? But they should treat people first, then the technology.
Okay.
That's all. That's what I mean, right? That's the most important thing. When you see technology is always bringing people and systems, everything together. Right now, what we are seeing in the era is AI is growing together and people are having the scarcity that will lose a job. No, it is not that. Enterprises or organizations should give that confidence. People are first, train them. You be a better leader. How do you manage people and technology and customers together?
Okay. All right. Greg, I'll let you go first. Go next.
Thank you. One of the things I try and mentor people is in communication of what, where, when, how, why, the 5 W's. You need 3 of those minimum to be able to communicate in either direction.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
When you're talking about AI, data, digital transformation, it's no different. So your why is often missed. Your how, you've got certain numbers, but it's still only a partial answer. Your what is also only partial. Now, what you need to do, and most digital transformation systems are usually designed, developed, equated through some sort of manager who has preconceived ideas of what they want. And unlike what we've just had expounded to us in the most wonderful way from our general here, thank you for sitting in front, is you need to find out and have empathy towards those who are in front of you. So what do the people want? How are they doing their job? how can I do something to transform this digitally to make your life better, to make the results you want to produce more usable, more accurate, and more timely?
Okay.
So,
Very good. Very good. So, Ariel, I'm going to pivot for just a moment. Staying in that area, what does a truly human-centric tech solution actually look like in your space of procurement?
In procurement, we usually use technology as an enabler. So that actually it's not only in procurement but in our whole company. When we do digital transformation or any transformation that we're implementing, we start with the experience of the people. So our focus is really to improve the experience and to enable people to do their job better, just like what Greg said. So it should be for me, in my perspective, it should be the heart of every digital transformation. It should make the life of our people better. It should help us. It should enable them to do their job better, to produce better, to start better, and to end better.
Okay. All right. Very good. I like that. Very good. Very good. So let's pivot or I should say, stay on that same area. Greg, give me a real world impact story to where you had to scale a solution or something in business or entrepreneurship, and it proved a heavy demand or it built and building an authentic system.
the me being in construction
Mhm.
and sustainability side of construction as well, one issue I've had is in managing program progress and cost of projects. But the problem people have is how to gather the information and process it to be able to see what they need to see.
Okay. Okay.
And the digital side of things can handle a greater good from huge numbers and huge sets of information. But it needs to know how to sort it and how to filter it and how to report on it. Now, that can only come from the people who state what they're wanting out of it. They themselves have not been able to find a way to filter through this information. So around the world, it gets put in a too hard basket.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
I've come up with a system where it's no longer in the too hard basket. And I've come up with a way of entering that information to the digital system to then give them the outputs they're after. To put it in numbers terms, you might go from 300 pieces of information to 200,000. That's why people get scared. But there's nothing to be scared about if you're given a direction and an outcome.
Wow. I like that. Was that good? Was that good? All right. Makut, I'm going to change the question just a little bit. We're going to stay in that area, but I'm going to change it just a little bit. This one is, what was the biggest leadership or operational roadblock you faced? And this is still talking about a real world situation in recent days or weeks or months or years.
Let's begin with one question. What problems are we solving first?
Okay.
That is the first thing, right? And too often companies or organizations begin with, which AI tool should I buy with? That's the most important thing what they go with. That's the wrong question, what
Okay.
they do.
Okay.
We should first understand the employee frustrations. The first thing is that, right?
Okay.
That's the most important thing. Then the customer pain points. Then the third one is operational bottlenecks. What are the operational bottlenecks?
Got it.
We do
Yeah.
have it. Then that technology becomes the solution. If we go and buy a technology, I sometimes tell, right, if you can automate the process, you did a wrong thing without knowing the pain areas. You made the greatest mistake faster.
Okay.
That's what I keep telling them, right? But if you don't understand all these concepts, we usually the board level does this mistake all the time. Actually go and buy the software and doesn't know the operational bottlenecks. That's what usually happens in most of the organization when the rapid growing fast change, right? Somebody gives you a solution, then you go for it without knowing the bottlenecks.
Okay.
First, understand the bottlenecks.
Got it. Okay. Very good. Errol, you want to answer that question as well?
Uh, Actually, the greatest challenge that I have encountered so far in any digital transformation projects that I have implemented is actually the readiness of the people to adapt. So again, in our company, we start with cultural transformation. We really let the people realize that there's really a need to digitally transform and to adapt to the ever changing world, because even if you would install sophisticated platforms in procurement, if the people are not ready or are not do not have the right perspective to adapt and to optimize the platform, you will just be spending millions, but the impact will not be optimized. So for us, we start with the experience of the people. Yes, of course, our end goal, we digitally transform, is to improve the experience. But sometimes we don't listen to our stakeholders. We just implement the the solution the way we see it. In our company, we change the perspective. We start with where our people are, understand their current situation, so that when the change comes, there will be less resistance on the side of the people. And in the end, the adoption is optimized. The results that we are expecting is optimized also.
Wow. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good. So, my next question is for the group, and I want you to kind of think about it before answering right away. But this question is, how do business leaders build community trust rather than skepticism as the role of rapid new tech keeps coming and you keep the human in the loop? And this is around the lines of digital transformation, it's around the lines of AI as well. But I'll read the question again. How does business leaders build community trust rather than skepticism as they roll out rapid new technology, keeping the human in the loop?
Can I go first?
Okay, Greg, come on with it. All right.
I have two words that sum it up. First, communication.
Okay.
Second, education. If you don't understand, you don't know how to do it, you won't believe in it. So unless you educate those around you on why you're saying whatever you're saying and what you're trying to focus on and lead, you won't get anyone meaningfully do it. It'll just be a paper shuffling exercise to look the part. And you have to be able to communicate it, to rip the corner of the paper in the fashion that you want that paper ripped.
I like that. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. One lesson I've consistently observed, right, is that technology is not the biggest barrier. Actually, every transformation project has three questions. Actually, why should I change? When people ask, why should I change? What is in it for me, right? And the third one is, will my job disappear? Leadership should answer this question, and management provides the solution, and marketing communicates it,
Okay. Okay. I like that.
right?
I like that.
That's what happens usually, right? When we miss this ship, everything goes haywire. That's what happens, right? What kind of leader are you giving your job assurance to
Sure.
your people, right?
Okay.
When she gave a good example of the leader whom we remember
Yes.
than anyone else, right? As of now, that's what matters a lot, right? How do you change it? She put a quadrant of 9 quadrants, right?
Yes.
What kind of leader you want to become? It happens in that. That's how that any transformation or anything goes. How you develop the community around them, how you can be a very good leader on that.
Wow. Wow. Ariel?
For me, it's actually engagement. So engagement is very important right from the start. Even in the definition of the problem, we engage our people. we implement in our whole conglomerate. We actually implement the agile transformation uh, approaches. So right from the start of identifying the problem, we engage our people. They are part of defining the problem. Then how are we going to solve it? Then when we implement our digital transformation, we don't implement it just one shot, but we start from where we can get the uh, the quick wins, and then from there and we let our people celebrate those small wins so that they will be motivated. They will be more motivated to participate in the future transformation projects that we are doing, or in any transformation that we are doing. So if they feel that they are part of building the solution, they will start owning it, and in the end they will be adopting it. uh, Technology poses in our company. A lot of people are asking, are we going to lose our job because of AI? So the result is they are hesitant to adopt AI. But if we will let them realize that no, AI will help us do our job better, and help them in and guide them in their adoption by letting them realize what are the problems that can be solved by AI. I think that's where the success of any digital transformation project will lie.
Okay.
Let me add
Oh,
few
go
more
ahead,
things
go
to
ahead.
that, right?
Absolutely.
Right. AI or digital transformation doesn't scare employees. Actually, it's a poor communication which does. First is that, right?
Yeah.
When we ask,
Very
will
good.
to answer is another question, right? Will AI replace humans? No, it will not.
We had that
Actually,
conversation earlier. Yes.
yeah, I believe
Yes.
humans who understand AI will outperform those who did not. Did we see calculators that replaced accountants? No, it did not, right?
Right.
It did not replace anyone. Excel did not replace the finance team,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that. It is there to be with us. And if you see this, we have driverless cars, but GPS did not replace the drivers.
True. Very
Yeah,
true.
these are some of the points. It will not, but who adopts it? It is there to make your work very smarter, your hard work and smart work. Right?
So would you say is AI, and I'm phrasing this cautiously, is AI a tool or a collaborator?
Let's collaborate.
I see Greg sitting back on his heels there
Uh,
for
No, how do you want to take it, right? So,
yeah.
yeah, I won't replace leaders, right? It will redefine leadership.
Okay.
Yep. That's what I can say that, right? It will redefine, but but it can't still calm your angry customer, and it can't negotiate with your spouse.
Right, right. Agreed, agreed.
That's why it matters.
All right.
I sit here and I see AI ultimately can be a collaborator. At the moment, it's an enabler
Okay.
that has been directed through miscommunication. Because the issue you've got,
That's good.
you need to ask the correct question for the answer you are trying to obtain. If you don't ask the correct question, your answer is not going to be correct, or it's only going to be partial. And that's why it's enabling giving you an answer rather than giving you one you need.
I like that. I like that. How are we on time? I'm wrapping up. Are there any questions? Well, I want to take one or two questions from the audience if there are any questions for the panel. I see a hand raised. Please give me your name and your question.
Hi, I'm Karen Moore. Is AI learning from us?
Yes, it is.
It's interesting because you said, you've got to ask the right question, but by asking the right question, is it learning how to interpret the question?
I say no. It is filtering it and it is looking at trends and processes through a whole system of instructions that it has been taught to step through to come through with the result you want. So in filtering it, it comes back with a more probable solution for what you have asked rather than necessarily learning. So if you have asked this question 100 times and won once, it'll assume you're going to go for the 100, but it doesn't mean it's learning. So again, that is your interpretation of the word learning.
Now, there's
you,
one more
thank
to
you.
add to that, right?
All right.
You know, the Google indexing, have you learned about AI works in the same way, right? Actually, whatever questions, there are 1,000 people who have asked the same questions. It takes all the questions and give you the probability based on that. That's one thing. And sometimes 90% of the times it goes to the hallucination mode, right? 90% of the time, I'll be very precise. It goes to the hallucination mode.
We have one more question in the back, and then we're going to wrap this up and keep the program moving forward.
My name is KV Premraj.
Hi.
My question to the panel is, the younger generation has embraced AI, but have they outsourced thinking? Because I don't see too much of creativity happening because of AI. What's your thought on that?
I'll answer that first. I'm teaching in the University of Santo Tomas, and I've observed with my students that they are embracing fully AI. And one challenge to us teachers is how can we still encourage our students to think even if they are using AI? So we have also shifted our methodology of teaching. So I am adopting now the constructivist methodology. So I encourage them to use AI, but they have to explain to me what are their own thoughts, what are their own understanding of the questions or the activities that they have given them. So it's actually AI is actually changing the way we think. It's encouraging every leader to change the way we look at things, and therefore we have to change our strategy to adapt to what AI to what challenges AI is giving to us.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Now, if you ask me one more thing on that, right? The ending notes is I do working on a 3 C's, what leadership should develop. One is on 3 C's are first C is for curiosity, next C is for critical thinking, next C is for communication. That's the most important thing, right? What I will end the panel for that.
Okay.
I've got one more thing. As Ariel has pointed out, if you have someone like Ariel who is teaching these new younger students to think, yes, it's going to allow thinking, but the way it's going at the moment is it's stopping people thinking and it's letting somebody else do the thinking for them. Now, you've got multiple perspectives in life on everything. The AI out of the system is only giving you its perspective. It doesn't mean it's the full picture or the whole picture.
Right.
We, as a group, have a responsibility for teaching the young people to think,
Yes.
not just accept, question, challenge.
Yes.
Go for it.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Great. We have time for one more question. I've been instructed we have time for at least one more question or two. And then I have a closing question here.
Yes. So basically, at CPolix, we are a very startup kind of company, and we, as a founder, have a vision towards a sustainable society. That's where we are working upon. My question to you guys is, how to develop that vision towards that team working with you day in, day out? I feel that is the challenge I'm facing every day, to develop that vision which I have as a founder, but the team do not have. How to develop that? That's the question.
I would immediately say communication. Make sure you're communicating exactly what your vision is, as well as empowering them to be a part of the vision. If I'm empowered to act and I'm not looking over my shoulder, worrying about the boss coming to say I did something wrong. But if I'm empowered, I make a mistake, the boss said, okay, that's okay, let's keep going. Mistakes are good. Mistakes make things better. So Communication and empowering would be what I would say.
I agree. Communication and empowerment is really vital. And I also agree with you that you encourage your people. In my team, I encourage my team to try and try. So it's okay to commit mistakes because we are not perfect. Because let us use that mistake as learning points. We learn from our mistakes and be sure that we will not commit the same mistakes again. So sharing your vision very clearly,
Very clearly.
and and let them also own that by engaging them in all activities that you have, and be very specific with what you really want to achieve. That's I think that's the key.
Okay. All right. They gave me the hook, so it's almost time for us to leave. My parting question, and this is primarily, I don't need an immediate answer from you all, but it's something that you can talk to the audience about as we exit and go throughout the day. So this question is, what is one practical step that an entrepreneur or a company in this room can take tomorrow to ensure their tech initiatives remain deeply human centric?
I did mention that, right? The three things, three C's, right?
Yes.
Curiosity, critical thinking, and communication.
Okay.
Technology changes every year, right? But human skills appreciate and value, actually. That's what I'll give it as a talk, right? Another thing is people say data is a new oil. Coming from a data and management side, I do say that unrefined oil is no useful, right? Because when you have that to be refined, you need to refine it. The data is like that,
Very good.
actually. That's how people are. You need to work. People are unrefined. Like you, as a leader, we need to refine them even more better.
Wow. Again, these are questions for you to talk. That question is for you to talk with the group about throughout the rest of the day. LoopLynks, we want to thank you for hosting this panel today. And I think we're going to wrap this up. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.